Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Welcome to another episode of StayRadWineblog.com. You notice I'm dressed a little differently here. I just got back from a run. I've got a little race that I'm running tomorrow in Campbell, California. I hope to see you there, and I hope you see my rear end the entire time. So anyways, I wanted to do a quick episode. The other day, I bought a couple bottles on clearance. You saw the Goats du Rhum that I got for $1.97, and it was originally retailed at $10, and it turned out to be okay. It was an 85. I also picked up a Pinot Noir that was also on clearance. It's by these guys, Lucky Star. It's a California appellation. And it was retailing also in that $10 range, and again, I got it for $1.97. So what's the worst that could happen? I do have to say I'm a little trepidatious when I look at this one because remember the Goats du Rhum had a screw cap, and this one does have a cork. My hope is when I remove this capsule that's going to be a synthetic cork, because then I don't know if I'd mind if it were sitting around in a grocery store as long, because maybe it's a regular cork would dry out, and then you got a wine that's all jacked up. But hopefully this is going to be okay. We'll see what happens. So, if you're taking off the capsule, you don't need a fancy cutter. Just pull it off. And, it's a real cork. So that's the first part that scares me. This is a 2008 California Pinot Noir. That's the second thing that scares me a little bit because, if it's not a high-end Pinot Noir or a Burgundy or anything like that, you don't know if you'd really want a relatively older vintage. The cheapo Pins are meant to drink young. Yeah, this is a real cork. This doesn't smell bad. Doesn't look like it's all beat up or anything. I'd have to look up later what their recent vintage is. I'm guessing that this is 1 or 2 years sitting in a grocery store. Let's see what it looks like here. So typical of the Pinot Noir, it's a lighter styled wine. I can definitely see my fingers through it, so they weren't trying to bump it up with any Syrah or anything like that. As I give it a smell, I am getting just those upfront juicy red to dark fruit flavors. Raspberry, a little blackberry, maybe a little strawberry, kind of nice. The thing about a Pinot Noir is they're not as tannic driven as some of those other wines that I'm really into, but the subtleties and the acidity and the minerality and the juiciness, if they're all coming together, some of the best wine you're ever going to drink. Let's try it. Wow. I was thinking one thing and then something else happened. I do have to say, up front, it's like a nice, big, juicy, red fruit component. Those same raspberries, blackberries, a little bit of cherry, a little bit of cola coming in. Kind of nice, There's definitely some good acidity up front. And then, go back and watch that video again. How I'm looking very positive, and then all of a sudden you see my face turn. At that moment, all of a sudden it tasted like, did you ever have those Flintstone chewable vitamins? When you were a kid, you loved them, right? You just eat one after the other. You trick kids into taking their vitamins because they're like candy. But have you ever had just one too many of those vitamins in your mouth at one time? All of a sudden there's this really sharp, powdery, astringent type of flavor to it. I mean, almost it's getting a little soapy in my mouth, and that's not super appetizing. You know, I was expecting this one for a moment. I was thinking, wow, this really was going to blow me away for $2 on clearance. I was about to say it was like an 87, 88, and at that moment, when it turned, it went from that 87, 88 to like a 78. The year I was born, 78. So, you know, this is not something that I would recommend. And, you know, I don't know these Lucky Star guys. I don't know really anybody in the wine industry, but, you know, I'm sure they're great folks. I'm sure, again, we'd have to check what is their current vintage. I'm sure that they put out, you know, a good product that is meant to drink young, and meant to be, you know, stored the right way, not sitting upright in a grocery store for a couple years and then just sold to get the heck out of the store. I'm sure they make some good stuff, and I'd love to see, you know, what's on their current roster. This is just not recommended at you know, even for $2, a 78. That's what you're getting, Lucky Star. More like Unlucky Star, am I right? Everybody, stay rad.